Hey Star Fam, thanks for tuning in. We're here again today for another quick energy update using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Okay, so getting right into it. Hope you guys are keeping well. This is just gonna be a quick energy check-in just to see what's going on with my Star Fam. It's just going to be a quick general reading, just to find out what's happening. Okay. Right, so the first few cards out, we've got... Alright. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands, the Devil, the Hermit, Seven of Wands, slippery cards, Seven of Wands, the Sun, and then the Emperor. Alright, so, bear with me a second, just take everything in. Right, okay, sorry guys. So just immediately on the surface of this, as I'm looking at it, this kind of reads to me like someone has some kind of crazy idea to do something, okay? Now, I know it's... I mean, it kind of feels like somebody's getting married to somebody. Somebody's getting married despite someone else's objections. You know, because somebody objects to this union celebration. But it's something that you want to move forward with anyway, because this is something that you've gone within about. I mean, you know, the people around you that have kind of been telling you that they don't think that this is a great idea to get married. I feel like you definitely feel like you've been kind of backed in the corner about this. But I see you being really, I mean, you're holding your own. You're defending your decision about moving forward with this marriage, this happiness, because this is what makes you happy, despite what anyone else in your life has to say about it, and you want to move forward regardless, right? So got here the Four of Wands. That is my card of marriage, celebrations, celebrations around the home. You know, but this is definitely for me reading like a wedding celebration. I mean, that is what it is traditionally about. It is what the Four of Wands traditionally is about, is that kind of wedding celebration. And then you've got the Devil. So this, the Devil card could actually be about temptation, as you can see, we've got this devilish character here trying to tempt these young kids with like money and sweets, and it's like you've got these two cats here, and it's like they're trying to warn these young people about this person, and it's kind of has me feeling like this could be your friends or your family or whoever trying to warn you against, getting married, this union. Is it because you're young? Okay, all right. So I see. Yeah. You may not actually be young. For some of you, you might actually really be a young couple getting together, and so you've got your family kind of, oh no, you're too young, no, don't, you got your whole life ahead of you. But I kind of feel, and if you're not actually young people, sorry guys if I'm jumping around the place, it's just because mine's kind of going a mile a minute at the moment. But yeah, if you're not actually young and it's your parents warning you, telling you that you are too young and da-da-da-da, it could be that you are actually old enough, but for some reason your family still, I don't know, it's like, what do you call, is it basically, for whatever reason, your friends, your family, they think you're too immature for some reason, or even though you may very well be a grown-ass man and or woman, whichever, not gender specific, you know what I mean? Even if you may be an actual grown-ass adult about this, it could be that the people around you still see you like a child, you know what I mean? So again, this could be that you're an actual young couple and they're warning you because you're too young, or it could be that you're not actually that young of a couple, but people are still warning you because they think you're too young and too naive, even though you're not really, right? Because the devil here is, he's a trickster. So you're going to have to take it how it resonates. So it might be, I keep throwing on the toxic, but it could be, do you know what I mean? It could be like, let's say overbearing. It could be overbearing family members who like to baby you, who's trying to discourage you from getting married. As well as it very well may be that you are actually quite young and thinking about getting married. You know what I mean? Right. But here we've got you with the Hermit going within, because this Hermit card is about spending time on your own. It's about being a hermit. Getting away from it all, spending time away from people, spending time in meditation. It's like, it's not necessarily has to be triggered by some kind of dark night of the soul kind of situation. But, this is you definitely looking within, facing yourself, your inner self, asking yourself the important questions in life, the big questions in life, and just doing a bit of soul searching, taking some time out on your own to do some soul searching, And I get the feeling like, you've done the soul searching, you've taken aboard what, whoever it is in your life, that's trying to deter you away from getting married. You've taken aboard what everybody said, It's not like you're just rushing forward like the fool, and just doing this without thought, because you clearly put thought into this situation, and you've taken aboard what people have said. You know what I mean? Yeah, again, it feels like you're not. Yeah, because look, we've got this figure here. And she could be the same person if you look at her. But there's her in her pigtails, like a younger version of her. And that's her slightly older, slightly wiser, with the pigtails out. You know what I mean? So again, this just kind of goes back to what I was saying about how you might not actually be too young to get married, but that's the way people perceive you, And so you are taking the time to go within, like an adult, right? And you're thinking to yourself, no, this is definitely something that I want. And something that is going to make me happy, because we've got the sun card out, and the sun is about happiness, summertime, good times, family, celebrations. It could be about children as well, too, because we've got this pregnant lady. Do you know what I mean? It's about fertility, abundance, joy, happiness, happy family, happy friends, celebrations, summertime, illumination as well, too. You know what I mean? But just look at that. Look at those two cards together. Does that not just look joyous? Does that not completely look joyous to you? Like, So it's like you've thought about it, and you know what's going to make you happy, and you want to move forward. Full speed ahead, because that's what the Emperor card is about. Another major arcana, as with the Sun card, by the way. And the Emperor is about action, moving forward, taking charge, so I feel like this is you after really thinking about what people are trying to tell you about this marriage. You may even feel like you've been, backed into a corner about this. It might not just be, one parent or just two parents. It might be like all your friends, all your family. You know what I mean? Or maybe not all, but like enough that it's worth, thinking about. Right? So yeah, I feel like even though you yourself are feeling like you're backed into a corner, you're defending your position, right? Because you know what makes you happy, and you want to move forward with your life. Good for you. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information on this. But yeah, well done you for taking charge. Right, the next three cards that came out. The World, Eight of Pentacles, and the Moon. Okay. Right. Okay. So the World card. The World card is another major arcana card. It is the last of the major arcana cards, as a matter of fact. And it's about completions, happy endings. In the traditional tarot, there is, how do you pronounce it? Ouroboros? Basically, it's a snake eating its own tail, and then you've got a figure in the middle, like a hermaphrodite type figure in the middle, and then you've got the 4 representations of the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac, and it's about ending cycles, traditionally. Now, in this particular deck, this is kind of like, you can see this figure, she's, living her life, living her best life. She's living the dream. She's, on the beach, happy as can be, just enjoying her happily ever after, And I kind of feel like that's where you're at right now. You might actually, this could be, again, you going on honeymoon after your wedding, because again, the World card is also about travel as well. But I feel like this is you kind of just putting an end to this cycle, of kind of having to go around and constantly be justifying your decision to get married. So I kind of feel like this is you just kind of being like, you know what, just throwing the hat to the wind, like, I don't even care, just, let the chips fall where it may, just, let the bullshit blow in the breeze, basically. You know, it's like you're just giving up on that cycle of just, yeah, having to defend your position, defend your reasoning, defend your emotions, defend your partner. You know what I mean? And it's like you're sick of it. You just want an end of it, and you just want to get on with your life and live your happily ever after, you know? And good for you, you know? And it looks like that's exactly what you're going to do. You know, because we got the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is somebody who's hard at work. You know, it's usually the card of the master. So like, whereas a 3 is the apprentice, the time we get to the 8, we're at like master status now. As you can see, looks like she owns her own shop, as she's brewing her potions here. But you know what I mean? The 8 of Pentacles means just kind of being hard at work, trying to perfecting your skills, perfecting your craft. So this could be you just trying to throw yourself into your work, to kind of take your mind off of everything. And when I say throw yourself into work, it doesn't necessarily have to be your job, although it very well could be. This could be you throwing yourself into your studies. This could be throwing yourself into your work, establishing your new home, you know. Could be getting to work making babies. I don't know. But you know what I mean? It's like, this is somebody who's just doing their own thing, getting on their work, and just minding their own business and getting on with life, you know? So it's like, you just want to live your happily ever after, you know? And just get on with it, mind your own business, and just live your best life is what I'm seeing here. Right, and then the next card that we've got out is the Moon. Now, the Moon is another major arcana card, this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your 6th major arcana card out. Really? Yeah. And, the Moon is it's usually about secrets, emotions, hidden emotions. There's a lack of clarity about something. Someone's still unsure about their feelings. This could be you still being unsure about how to feel about the whole situation, wishing that everything could be better. My attention is being brought down here to this little kitty, and again, for me, this just kind of reinforces the idea of what I was saying before about how other people view you and how you see yourself, you know? So again, even though you are an adult, or at least adult enough, you know, you still have people viewing you, you know, like a child. So as we can see, like with this kitty here, his reflection is that panther. You know what I mean? So it's like how people see you versus who you really are inside. You know what I mean? It could be that you're somebody of a petite frame. Because I know that this happens with a lot of my like girly friends, that just because somebody's like, you know, quite on the short and petite size, that people will often mistake them for children. You know what I mean? I mean, they're obviously not, but again, it's just because they're short. So, and sometimes they might have a bit of a baby face as well too. You know, those cute little elven types. Hey guys, shout out. You know, you cutie little elven body types. You know, so it could be because of that people tend to view you as if you're younger than you really are, or more naive, because they see you and they see your baby face and they see your petite stature and they think, oh, child. You know what I mean? Not realizing that actually, no, you're a grown woman, you know? Or if that's not the case, where you actually are small in stature, it could just be, again, if it's a parent thing, like a lot of times what happens with parents is that you'll always be their baby no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, even when your parent is like 100 years old and you're 70 years old, their wrinkly ass is gonna look at your wrinkly ass and gonna be like, oh, my baby, even though both of y'all have hair that's all white and, you know, both of y'all are wrinkly and saggy. She's still gonna look at you like you're her baby, right? So it could just be that kind of situation as well, too, which, you know, it's annoying, but at least it's not like malicious. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know it's annoying, but you know, that's parents doing their jobs as parents. And if they didn't annoy you, then are they really parenting right? You know? And I mean, those are for those of you who are actually dealing with parents who are just overbearing because, you know, they're seeing you grow up and, you know, they're getting emotional and then the whole empty nest syndrome and all that stuff. So with some parents, it could be a little bit harder to let go. You know, but and I understand both points of view, as I understand how it's frustrating from your side, but, you know, so basically what I'm trying to say is neither of you guys are evil. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes when you guys bump heads like that, you might want to think that way. But it looks like the good intentions are there. Do you know what I mean? If they didn't care about you, they wouldn't worry about you, is what I'm just hearing. I'm sure a lot of your parents have said that before as well too, but it is true. You know, but that's just something you guys, as you get older, you know, they'll come around, right? Because look, if this is like the grandmother, the mother, the child, the maiden, the mother, the crone. Like if this lady here, this pregnant woman here, is that lady's daughter, do you really think she doesn't look at her the same way that she looks at her? Do you know what I mean? Like to her, to this lady, she sees her young daughter as like, what, a 10-year-old? But I guarantee you, to this mother here, she looks at her pregnant daughter as if she was still that 10-year-old that she used to her. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like a... Like, I'm not a mom myself, but I understand. It's like a mom thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know? And again, I'm not saying that you necessarily have to be a mom to understand, because again, I'm not personally a mom, but I still get it. Do you know what I mean? They're your kids, so you can always look at them as you know, they're always going to look at you as their baby. So I know it's annoying, and I'm talking to you, those who are, you know, are just dealing with parents who are slightly overbearing, just so that you could kind of understand where they're coming from. You know, because I don't think it's malicious intent, even though it might seem like it, because, you know, you've got this devil card, and the devil card is usually about, it's not usually, well, I mean, again, it depends on the cards around it, but, do you know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to be a villain, or necessarily a bad card. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes, again, it could just be about temptation, or depending on some of the other cards around it, it could just be about, you know, you and your hubby having a passionate night together, which, you know, if you are pregnant, you know all about that, right? So again, this comes back to perception. Sometimes things aren't always as they appear. You know what I mean? So the devil card, it coming up, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got somebody evil and demonic in your life. You know what I mean? Although it might seem like it at first, especially after, you know, years and years of the same nagging. But again, you know, I feel like there's also issues about identity, who you are, who you know yourself to be, and who other people see you as. Yeah? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. This could just be moving. There's also, like, burden. Yeah, I understand how it will feel like a burden to have to deal with overbearing parents or people basically hating on your relationship. People thinking that you can't do it on your own. I kind of see this as your dogged determination to prove everybody wrong and that you can do it, and no matter how bad you're struggling, you're never going to ask for help. But I mean, you know, you do you, boo-boo. I mean, you could ask other people for help. you know, there is no shame in asking for help if you need it, by the way. But honestly, I just see this more as you just wanting to do it on your own, and you don't care if you need to struggle. You know what I mean? You don't care if you need to struggle to do it. You're just so doggedly determined to get this right, you know? See what's under that. Two of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Having to balance. Feeling that everything is up in the air at the moment. For some reason, though, I have a feeling that you've got everything sorted out. You know what I mean? As far as what you want out of life. You see, because usually the Two of Pentacles is like a decision, having to weigh something up. Could be about investing, gambling. It could also be trying to balance a lot of things, having a lot of things up in the air. So it could be that you're just busy with a lot of things up in the air at the moment. I mean, fair enough. If you just got married. You know, there's a lot of things that you still need ironing out, especially if you're just beginning, you know, your new life as a newly married person. You know? But yeah, I just get the feeling, I don't know, for some reason it's like now you're just extra determined. You're just extra determined to prove everyone wrong, you know, and just show everybody that you can do it, you know. Doesn't matter how much hard work you're going to have to put into it, how much heavy lifting you're going to have to do, you know. It doesn't matter how much you're going to have to, like, you know, balance things on your own, balance your budget, you know, especially if you're, you know, moving out and having to pay your own bills and everything. And, you know, I just kind of get the feeling that you're really determined to show everybody that you can do it, you know. And then you've got the Star as well come out. And the Star is about hope, healing, you know. And I kind of see this as you hoping that once you've shown everybody that you'll be able to manage all on your own, then maybe they'll start to come around and that you guys will be able to repair your relationship a little bit. That's what I see. And honestly, my fingers are crossed for you. You know? Hopefully they will come around. Just give them some time. Let them see that you're quite capable to do things. And that you can manage, even though, yeah, it might be hard. Might be tricky. But you'll be able to sort it out. You know, you'll sort it out in the end. There is hope for you, you know? And look, remember, she's got this, she's standing here in a clear pond, you know? And the water, it's quite calm, right? So she could see right through it. She's got that clarity, as well as the clarity of the night sky behind her, right? So, and again, you've got these beautiful stars twinkling, and stars being signs of hope, but they're also used for navigating, right? That's how sailors got around, is they use you know, they'd navigate with the stars. So this tells me that eventually, when everything calms down, you know, everybody will be able to have more clarity to see the truth of the matter, to heal the matter, and to be able to find your way, right? Right, guys? Anyways, I'm going to leave this here for now. I do hope it helps. I hope it resonated. If you like the spread, please be sure to leave me a like. I really appreciate it, and it really helps my channel. And with that, take care, and I'll see you again soon.